Well, hello and assalamu alaikum to all of you. Today, I'm going to talk about the arch and GARCH models in this video. What are arch models? What are GARCH models? What are arch 1.1 and how they are run in Stata? What are GARCH 1.1 models and how they are run in Stata? And then we'll extend our lecture to the threshold GARCH, also called the TGarch, and then the GARCH-in-mean, and then to the MGarch, the multivariate GARCH as well. First of all, there are two basic conditions, the preconditions, or you can say assumptions, that should be fulfilled by a data on which you are going to run the GARCH or arch models. The first condition is that the data should possess the heteroscedasticity, or you can say that the data should have the clustering volatility. Clustering volatility means that periods of high volatility are followed by the periods of high volatility, and periods of low volatility are followed by the periods of low volatility. Simply you can say that periods of volatility follow each other but in a continuous pattern. And secondly, the second precondition or assumption is that you should have the arch effect. And we will test both the presence of both these conditions through their respective tests. The data I'm using is this data, and courtesy for this data is to Muhammad Anis, who has given me the data, and I'm trying to copy this data. I will copy this data but without dates. Then I'm going to open this data. Get it in the full window. Write the command edit and paste your data here. Now you can see that my data is not dated. There is no date column. Although I have dates in the Excel file, but I haven't uploaded dates or copied dates column to the data editor in Stata. The reason behind this is that I am also going to give you some knowledge about other commands that you can use in Stata to get the date, to get your data dated. Close the data editor, and now as you uploaded the data, we can generate the date by command gen date equals to, if I want to create a date that is based on the monthly observations for my data, I can place the command as m, let's say it starts from 2008, first month, plus underscore n1. Now this will generate a date for you, but the date will not be in a proper format. You can see the variable generated here is a new variable, but you can see that you can't get any idea that what kind of date it is. In order to get it in a right format or to get it in the right monthly format, you can type the command format date percent tm. Now again type the edit command and you will see the date here. You can see that now the date has been changed. 2008 M1 means that the first month of the 2008, then the second month of 2008, third month of 2008, and you can see that it will go till 2071. It means that my data originally wasn't monthly. It was a daily based data, but let's assume that it's monthly. Now you have to tell the data that the data is time series. So set the data through the date you have generated. Straight away tell you that the date goes from 2008 first month till the first month of 2071, which clearly means that my data was on monthly basis. These observations were on daily basis. And delta is 1 month. It means that the data is based on monthly observations. Now, as we have declared the data to be time series, we have to plot the variables in order to check that how they look like in the plot. You can plot the data as two-way TS line. Let's say I check the data for Toyota. It will give me the graph. Wait a bit. As in the first graph, data do takes time. This is the graph. You can see the volatility, the clustering volatility here, and then the clustering volatility here. This command gives you the graph, but if you want a combined graph, you can go for the commands QUI, TS line, your variable, and after that, comma, name it. Let's say I name it as toy. Replace. This will replace the name of Toyota with toy. It will give you the first graph. Similarly, you can get the second graph as well with the same command. Just change name of the variable here to Nissan and change this variable name to NIS. It will give you the graph for this as well. Now again type the command, similar command, but change variables in it. The third variable is Honda, and now this will give you the graph for the third variable. Now you can combine all the three graphs into a single graph as graph combine toy Hon calls to, let's say, and name it as all one replace. Now this will give you a combined graph. You can see the combined graph. This is for Toyota, this is for Nissan, and this is for Honda. You can check out here. This is the clustering volatility period in Toyota. Here you can see more clustering volatility periods in Nissan, and here you can see the period for clustering volatility in Honda as well. It means that without test you can say that it possesses the clustering volatility, but we have to check it with the help of the heteroscedasticity test as well. You can also draw the normality histogram as QUI histogram. Take the variable name Toyota for the first one, and normal, and then name it as toy replace, sorry, toy comma replace. Will give you the histogram for the first variable. You can type similar command but change the variable names to Nissan, and here toy will become its Nis. Enter the command, you will get the histogram for the second variable. Similarly, you can get histogram for the third variable Honda and change this name to HON. Now in the last, you can get a combined graph of all these graphs as graph combine toy Nis Hon and calls to name it as all to replace. This will give you the combined histograms of all the three. You can see here. This is for Toyota, this one for Nissan, and this for Honda. You can see that there are fat tails here in both these graphs. In fact, in all the graphs, and you can see the peak values are higher too. Here you can see the peak values are higher too. So you can see from the graphs that from the histogram that they are not normally distributed as well from the normal curve. Now from here on we will check for the two main pre-assumptions or preconditions that are very necessary in order to run a GARCH model or in order to run an ARCH model as well. And for that, first I have to run the regression. First is a dependent variable Toyota and other two are the independent variables, and these are the results for regression. Now I can check for the head test. You can see here from the head test that the data is homoscedastic as the p-value is 0.09 greater than 0.05, but this can be due to the normality problem, and the Bruce-Pagan test for the heteroscedasticity assumes normality of the data. We can check it through the white test. I am test white. Now here you can see that the data is heteroscedastic. This is because white test doesn't assume normality for its results, so it can give you, and it must give you, the good results even if your data is not normal. So we will go according to the white generalized test results that the data is heteroscedastic. The first condition is fulfilled. The second condition was to check for the arch effect, and you can check for the arch effect manually as well, but you can check for the arch effect through the built-in command as state arch lm, and I'm going to check it through leg 1. You can change the value for legs, the number of legs as well. Now you can see the null hypothesis is there are no arch effects, but you can see from the probability value for the chi-square that it's less than 0.05 at 95% confidence interval. So we can reject the hypothesis, the null hypothesis of no arch effects, and it means that there are arch effects. Now, as the two preconditions have been satisfied for the arch, if for running the arch or GARCH models, that is, there is heteroscedasticity in the data and there is the arch effect in the data as well. So we can go for the arch models or GARCH models or multivariate, whatever the GARCH arch models you want to run. Now, first of all, I am going to run the arch model. The arch model, arch 1 by 3. You can run it as by the command arch Toyota, these are independent, and I'm going to take Nissan and Honda as independents. Sorry, this should be like this, independent, and along with it you have to mention that you are trying for arch 1 by 3. This would include 3 legs of the arch. After the iteration you can get the results. Now remember, either for arch or GARCH you have 2 equations. First one is called the mean equation and second is called the variance equation. You can check it from here. I've pasted it here. This is the mean equation for arch Toyota time series alpha plus beta 1 n t n is for Nissan, beta 2 h t is for Honda, and this is the error term. This is the variance equation for arch. Ht is the variance of the residue or of the error alpha plus beta 1. This is the lag value of the square of residue e square t minus 1. This is the second leg of the square of residues, and this is the general equation. You can go up to e square t minus n, but in our case it will go till the beta 2 e t minus 3 square up to the third leg, as I have run arch 1 by 3 up to the third leg. Now you can see here results. These are the coefficients for the mean equation, and these are the coefficients for the lagged values of the error term in the arch equations. You can see coefficient in the mean equations are also significant, and you can also see that variance of the error term do have effect or can be explained by the square of its lagged values, as they are also significant because p-value in all the cases are less than 0.05. So we have the significant results as well. If you want to run the arch 1 1, you can run it by the command, the same command, but here you can type 1. Now this will run the arch 1 1 having only one leg value. These are the iterations that software by default goes into before converging to these results. And you can say there is only one leg for the arch effect. There is only one leg, means e t minus 1 square, and this is also significant. That's how you run the arch model. If you want to run the GARCH 1-1 model, as most of the financial data goes for GARCH 1-1 model, you can run the command as arch 1 and write GARCH 1 with it. Again, I have considered Nissan and Honda as independent variables. The same command, just I have extended it to GARCH 1 as well. Now enter the model like this. You will get the results here. This is for GARCH1. Now first let me give you the equation. The variance equation for GARCH11 is HT sigma n, one leg of the variance. HT is the variance of the error term. And here you can see that this is the lagged value, the one lagged value of square of the residue, and this is the lagged value of the variance of the error. So in the equation you can see that variance of this error term is dependent on the squared lagged value of the error or the residue as well as on its own lagged value. Now let's see what the result shows. You can see this is the mean equation. The mean equation is same as we have undergone for ARCH model. We have significant results in the mean equation as well, but this is the ARCH, the residue. The square of the residue and its coefficient is significant. Here, the GARCH term, you can see the coefficient for the GARCH term is also significant. It means that in our case, both these coefficients alpha 1 and beta 1 are significant, which means that variance of the error term or the residue is dependent on the squared, is significantly dependent on the squared lagged value of the residue as well as upon its own lagged value as well. Now we can also run the GARCH, the GARCH11 with multiplicative heteroscedasticity. If you want to run the GARCH11 with multiplicative heteroscedasticity, you can type the command as arch, the dependent variable, independence as Nissan Honda. It's not necessary that you treat these variables independent, and you can go for not here, multiplicative. This is a bit, yes. Now we will go for command arch Toyota, Nissan, arch, 1 by 1, then GARCH 1 by 1, and hit. You can get command is Honda. Run the command. Now you will get it arch family regression as multiplicative heteroscedasticity. I will make another video that what this multiplicative heteroscedasticity means. And you can see the distribution is Gaussian. You can also change the distribution to students T in all the arch and GARCH models as well. These are the results for the GARCH11 model with multiplicative heteroscedasticity. Now, as I am concerned with GARCH11 model without the multiplicative heteroscedasticity, so I will run the model again. After this iteration, it will converge into its results. Now, you can predict the Forecast variance and you can graph it as well. Like predict HT GARCH type variance with it. Now it will give you graph. Just wait for, it's prediction, and now you can plot the variance as TS line HT GARCH. Now you can see the conditional variance along with my time period. You can see the changes in the variance as well. This will predict the variance and this will graph the variance for you. Now, if you want to use this model for forecasting, you will have to check for two problems: for serial correlation in the residues from this model and normality of the residues. If there is no serial correlation and the residues are normal as well, then you can use this for forecasting. But if serial correlation is there and there the residue is not normal as well, then you can't use it for forecasting. Now, first of all, you have to predict the residue from this model. I have given the name GR, you can give any name to it. This is predict, and here you can see the variable comes at GR. Now, to check the serial correlation, you can run the Durbin-Watson test. You can also check from the coronogram, but you can run directly the Durbin-Watson test as well. And for that, we have the command as I think the DW state. Yes. We don't get, unfortunately, the p-value, but we can get the Durbin-Watson value. You know from the theoretical econometrics that the Durbin-Watson value ranges from 0 to 4. And 2 means that there is no autocorrelation or there is no serial correlation. So, one thing is clear, that there is no serial correlation. Secondly, we have to check for the normality of data. There we can check through the skewness kurtosis test, the SK test. GR? Well, the residues are not normal. Here you can see the probability value, the p-value is less than 0.05. It means the residues are not normal. We can't use this for further forecasting, but you have to check on another model. You can change the distribution method. You can change it to the student t distribution. And we also have another distribution which I have forgot, but you can change the distribution of the GARCH model through which the estimation procedure goes on. And after that, again, you have to check, you have to predict the residues, and then you have to check the serial correlation in residues, and you have to check for the normality of residues. Whichever model fits better according to these two conditions, you can go on and use that model. If the model is clean, you can go on with that model. Furthermore, you can also run the TGarch on this. TGarch, you can see from here, this is the TGarch variance equation. TGarch is a model that treats positive and negative news asymmetrically. If dt is equal to 1 and et is less than 0, it means it's a bad news. And if it is 0, it means it's a good news, and here it will be greater than or equal to 0. Now we can run the model in stata. The threshold GARCH is the same command, this one, ARCH, Toyota, Nissan, Honda, ARCH1, GARCH1, but you have to extend it to TARCH1. After the iteration process, it will give you the results. These are the results. Now this is the coefficient for the TARCH. This is the coefficient for the TARCH term. This is for ARCH, this is for GARCH, and this is for the TARCH term. And you can see it is not significant. And this is the mean equation, which is same as before. You can see that the ARCH terms and GARCH terms are significant, but the TARCH term is not significant. You can plot the variance and you can predict the variance for here for TGarch as well. The command is predict TGarch variance. It will predict it. This is the TGarch. You can plot it as TS line TGarch. You can see the conditional variance along with the time and the changes in the conditional variance along with the time. After this, you can run the GARCH-in-mean as well. You will have to follow same command, but you have to enter another term, the ARCH-m, and this will give you results after the iteration. This is the coefficient for ARCH-m, and it's also insignificant. You can check for the theoretical background from many files online. You can predict the mean and variance of MGarch as predict MGarch. This will predict the mean XB, and here you can see values comes. And you can also predict MGarch variance. MGarch variance. Here it is predicted. You can plot these as well. QUI TS line MGarch, then name it. Let's say I name it as anything like, let's say G5. Replace. It will give you the graph. And for the mean, you can also plot for the variance. TS line HT MGarch, HT MGarch, and you have to name it. Let's say I name it G6 and replace. You will get the graph for variance, and you can combine these graphs as graph combine G5 G6 = 1 × 1 × 1 × 1 × 1 × 1 × 1 × 1 × 1 × 1 × 1 × 1 × 1 × 1 × 1 × 1 × 1 × 1 × 1 × 1 × 1 × 1 × 1 × 1 × 1 × 1 × 1 × 1 × 1 × 1 × 1 × 1 × 1 × 1 × 1 × 1 × 1 × 1 × 1 × 1 × 1 × 1 × 1 × 1 × 1 × 1 × 1 × 1 × 1 × 1 × 1 × 1 × 1 × 1 × 1 × 1 × 1 × 1 × 1 × 1 × 1 × 1 × 1 × 1 × 1 × 1 × 1 × 1 × 1 × 1 × 1 × 1 × 1 × 1 × 1 × 1 × 1 and you will get the combined graph of this. Now till here we have run the arch and GARCH models in GARCH-in-mean and TGarch. Now in order to run the multivariate GARCH, I will only run the multivariate GARCH MGarch at constant conditional correlation CCC, and command for that is MGarch CCC. I am running these without constants. Toyota, Nissan equals to no constant, close the bracket, and then I am taking Honda as independent variable in it and also without constant, equals to no constant and then comma arch 1 GARCH 1, and you can run this. After iteration, it will give you the results. It will give you the correlation as well. Now, this is how you run the multivariate GARCH with constant conditional correlation. You can also run the DCC, DVEC, and one more, I don't remember. Now, hope you will like it and hope you can take advantage of it. And again, courtesy to Muhammad Anis who have given me the data. Thanks for watching.